Hey guys, I have here a Google Pixel 7 Pro and I'm going to show you how you can replace the battery, the removal process of a battery inside a Pixel 7 Pro. In order to access the battery on a Pixel 7 Pro and a Pixel 7, you need to remove the screen first. The first thing that you need to do is to hit the screen of the device. This device was heated for approximately 1 to 2 minutes on the highest setting on my heat gun. When the screen is at a good temperature with a suction cup, you can start pulling the screen slightly. You can see the bottom of the screen is going to separate itself from the frame of the device just slightly, and after that you need to insert a guitar pick. For a Pixel device, make sure that you insert the guitar pick vertically in order to create a separation between the screen and the frame of the device, and after that you need to insert a second guitar pick and start detaching the screen from the frame of the device. The screen on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro are a very fragile screen. During the process of separating the screen from the frame of the device, make sure that you're focused, because one wrong move you may damage your screen. You can use alcohol like I've seen some other guys do it in order to remove the screen on a Pixel device, but make sure that you do not use too much alcohol because it can damage the screen also. Once you have run the guitar pick on one side of the device and it is completely separated, just add some heat on the other side that is still attached to the frame of the device, and after that you can run your guitar pick on that side and separate the screen from the frame of the device. The way Google made the screen on the Pixel 7, the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro, the digitizer on the screen does not have enough protection on the edge of the screen in order to avoid any puncturing of that digitizer. With a little bit of patience and using heat whenever you need it, you can safely remove the screen on a Pixel 7 Pro and continue with the replacement of your battery. All corners on this device have been separated from the screen except the top of the screen, where we have the front-facing camera. After you've separated the top of the device from the screen, we can simply open the screen and see the flex cable of the screen. The screen of this device is attached to the motherboard by a single flex cable. In order to disconnect the flex cable of the screen from the motherboard, we need to remove a retaining plate first. After we have removed the retaining plate, we can simply pull the screen that is still attached to the motherboard and it will be disconnected. After the screen has been completely separated from the frame of the device, I advise you to turn the device on to make sure that the screen is still good and still working, and after that we can move toward the removal of the battery. Unfortunately, the screen of this Pixel 7 Pro was damaged during the removal process of the screen. I inspected the screen for at least 5 minutes and I couldn't find any physical damage on the screen, but the screen is still damaged. In order to access the battery cable and disconnect it, we need to remove the screws that hold the mid frame on the frame of the device. The Pixel 7 Pro does not take regular screws. You need a set of Torx in order to work on a Pixel device. Here's the mid frame of the Pixel 7 Pro. Right now we can simply disconnect the battery cable and start working on the removal process of the battery. The battery cable should be removed with a plastic tool or by your finger. Do not use a metal tool to remove the battery cable because you risk to create some short that may damage your device. For the removal process of the battery, you can use the pull tab that is around the battery. Pull it strongly to make sure that the battery is getting out of the frame of the device. If it doesn't work, like most of the time, you can use some heat like I'm doing. Just hit the back of the device for 30 seconds at the highest setting on the heat gun. Try to hit the area where the battery is located, and after that you can use one of your tools, preferably a plastic tool, to pull the battery. If you have some experience, you may use a metal tool like I'm doing it. It is more sturdy and you can remove the battery without damaging the battery. The metal tool that I'm using is flat and it doesn't have any sharp edge. You cannot use any metal that have sharp edge because you risk to puncture the battery and it can create fire. So I was able to pull the battery slightly with the metal tool, and after that I inserted a plastic tool as a placeholder to avoid the battery from going back to its initial position stuck to the back of the device. You can also use some alcohol to help you soften the double-sided tape that are on the back of the battery. Just make sure that you add a few drops of alcohol at the top of the battery and at the right side of the battery. Do not add alcohol near the motherboard. I didn't add any alcohol to this battery. The heat that I used was sufficient for me to remove the battery safely. Google used some really strong double-sided tape on the back of their battery. This is why it is a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult to remove the battery on a Pixel device. I have reinstalled everything. The battery is on the device and also the mid frame has been reattached to the frame of the device. Everything is good now for the screen to be inserted and to add the retaining plate that retain the screen on the motherboard. After that, you simply need to align the screen with the frame of the device and start applying some pressure for the screen to stick on the device. For the reinstallation of the screen, you can use B7000 or a new double-sided tape. Check my screen replacement on this Pixel 7 Pro for a full instruction on how to replace the screen or how to reinstall the screen on your Pixel 7 Pro. The screen is installed and sealed. We just need to apply some constant pressure on the screen for the device to be completely sealed. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like and share, and I will see you on my next video.